Hello, good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is, wherever you are, whenever you watch this. Today's in the pocket carry. Start out with, I got my Victorinox Bantam. This one's a Knife Center exclusive, and the red Alax. Pretty simple one. Got your main blade, spear point blade, like most of the sacks, and then it's got just a bottle opener, can opener, wire stripper. That's it. Very simple one. Very light, slim. I just toss it into my fifth pocket, fifth pocket carry. I don't know how many times I've forgotten it was even in my pocket and sent it through the wash, so that's a good one. And my main carry today is the real Steel Rokot, however you say it, R-O-K-O-T. I'm going to go a little more in depth in this one than I normally do, just because there isn't a ton of reviews out on this to start with. But I haven't seen any on this version yet. This is the dark green Micarta version that you can only get right off of their website. It's really dark. It's almost black, really. It doesn't look all that much different than their regular version, which is the black G10. It's a fairly large knife. The blade is 3.75 inches long. It's made of N690, which is pretty good steel for this price range. If you can find one, they're pretty much sold out on all of the major retailers, but you can still find them here and there on like eBay or whatever. But they're listed at $77. If you go to the Real Steel website, which is the only place you can get this version, they're $69. It gives you a coupon code when you log into the website to take $10 off, but then they charge you $10 shipping, so really it's a wash on that one. But you're going to pick it up for $69 on their site. It's a great knife overall. Front flipper. If you don't like front flippers, you're still good with this because it's got the thumb studs, which work very well. Spider flick it. It's hard to do this behind the camera. I always laugh at people when they say it's hard to do behind the camera, but now that I'm filming, I understand. But it's pretty easy to do. This dots and dashes that look like Morse code, well, it is Morse code. That's the designer's name in Morse code. This is designed by Ivan D. Bragnets. He's out of the Ukraine. He's done quite a few nice designs for Real Steel. He's done some for Kaiser, probably some other ones too. He's a fairly big in the business designer. Fit and finish on this is very good. No rough edges or anything. The blade to handle ratio is pretty awesome. You see it comes right to the end of the blade, or the end of the handle, and it is dead center. It looks like you would be able to hook that, but I can't feel it at all if I do that. If I jam the meat of my finger down in there, I can feel the tip, but you have to really try in order to hit it. I don't really foresee it to be a problem, but it is something you should be aware of. Thumb studs are very good. They also act as the blade stop, though there is no stop pin in this. I don't know if you can see in there. No stop pin. The thumb studs are the blade stop pin. That does provide a very sturdy platform. No side to side or up and down wiggle on it whatsoever. The action is ridiculous smooth. It's like that right out of the box. I've only had this for a couple hours now. Just came in the mail today. So it came right out of the box like this. Very smooth. The only little nitpicks I have about it is one, I wish they'd have done a little bit of a sharpening choil. The blade terminates right at the plunge grind. Sorry, I'm out of my front porch. Traffic going by there. If you look, you see here's the factory edge, and it's already got, I don't know if it shows here. You can see it on the camera, but there's already a little bit of a smile at the end of the blade. As you sharpen it, that's only going to get worse. So I will probably take either my Dremel or a small needle file and make a little choil right there. That's easy to fix, and it's not a huge issue. It's not going to affect the function of the knife, certainly. It's just aesthetically, I don't like to see a smile on the blade. It'd been nice if they gave you a little better access to the lock bar, but it's still pretty easy to get to. It's not a big deal, but it would have been nice to see just maybe a little bit of a cutout here or something to give you a little easier access to it. But like I said, it's not bad. You can get to it all right. The thing that really worries me the most about this is it has a lot of knives. Only has one screw holding the clip in. It does go into the back side of the scale. It's recessed, but I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a little bit of movement to it. See how that holds up over time. I don't know. It's something to know. But other than that, they did a good job as far as they recessed the screws and everything, so there's nothing to get snagged. It's got enough retention on the clip that it holds securely in your pocket, but it slides in and out of the pocket really easy. And I don't even feel that clip. You know, you would think with that little ramp right there, you would think that would dig into your hand, but honestly, I can't even tell I got it in my hand. Your mileage may vary on that. Everybody's hand's different, but for me, I don't even know it's there. Very comfortable. Hold it here is the standard way, but I like to hold it this little flat spot right here. It's even got a little jimp and put your hand right up there, so you can get right up close if you needed to do any, real fine work or anything, or you're doing some carving or whatever. Overall, I really like this knife. I'm glad I bought it. Usually if you go to the maker's website, they're actually more expensive than if you buy from the retailers, but in this case, $69 versus $77 on a retailer, and that's if you can even find them. Plus you're probably going to pay shipping, so it actually was a pretty good deal to go straight to the manufacturer. It was like, oh, I almost forgot to mention, you can see the screws, they're not Torx screws, it's flathead screwdriver. So if you're going to disassemble the knife, you're going to want to make sure that you're careful and you don't strip those slots out. But all in all, I really enjoy this knife. I have a few from Real Steel. I have the Real Steel Griffin. This is one of my all-time favorite knives. I love this thing, button lock. It's such a dream to fidget with. It's really great. I bought this one. This is the black aluminum budget model. I think I paid around somewhere between $50 and $60 for it. I liked it so much I ended up upgrading, and I bought the full titanium version with carbon fiber inlays and M390 blade steel. I mean, it's a great knife. I really love it. They discontinued it, unfortunately. Why, I don't know. To me, this is probably the best knife in their whole line, but whatever. It's a really great knife. I don't have the M390 version here today. It's currently out on loan to another YouTuber so that he can check it out and do a review on it. I do loan knives out to other YouTubers sometimes. This is the other Real Steel that I have. This is the Micarta. This is a better Micarta to me than what they put on the Rocket. This feels like Micarta. The Rocket in hand, it really doesn't feel all that much different than the G10. I like when they have a little bit of the cloth feeling to them. So it's just a softer, warmer feel in the hand. This one really feels like G10, but if you look at it close, you can tell it's the Micarta. But great knife, reasonably priced, not going to break the bank. It's got plenty of blade, 3.75 inch blade, 8 1/4 inch overall length. If you like bigger knives, this is a good one. It's ground pretty thin too, slices well. I don't have calipers, so I can't say for sure, but it feels to me like it's probably somewhere between 12 and 15 thousandths behind the edge. Good slicer. They did it well on the grind. It's even on both sides. Came very sharp. I strapped it a little bit like I always do. You knife nuts out there, I'm sure you know all about the strapping. Excellent knife. Won't break the bank. Plenty of blade. And even if you don't like front flippers, I know sometimes front flippers can be tough. Your hand wants to slip off of them, but the way they did the jimping on this and everything, it's very easy to do. But if you don't like the front flippers, you still got the thumb studs. I like multiple deployment methods. Fidget with them. You can reverse finger flick it too. So that's my carry for the day. What's in your pocket? Sorry about bumping the camera there. I hope everyone's having a great day. It's cold and breezy here today. It was in the upper 80s and very muggy yesterday. Then that big storm blew through and the temperature plummeted, and today it's in the low 60s and overcast, but I'll take it. Beats the hell out of winter. I live in upstate New York, and winters can be tough here. So you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one.